Hello, this is Laura from English Cottage Vacation. Today our first guests of the season of 2024 arrive and I'm just making preparations, but I wanted to capture this wonderful scene that is the garden at the start of the season. Come with me. Okay, so let's start the tour. I'm stood in the middle of the garden at the moment, so I'm going to just do a quick turn right through the entire 360 degrees of the garden, and then we'll go on our little walk and tour, and I'll explain everything as we go. So let's go down the bottom of the garden first. So we're heading down to the vegetable patch, and on the left we have this beautiful purple rhododendron which will be out in May, and we've got a blossom that's just gone over, or is going over, and I'll just get through the gate. Okay, so what have we got going on? The vegetable patch. So this is my broad beans coming on very well. It is very hard for you to see them. So you're just going to have to believe me, I'm afraid. We've just recently planted in this patch. We had some carrots and parsnips, but they didn't take off. Maybe we planted them too early and it was a little too cold this season. But we've now just replanted some other goodies in there waiting for those to pop up. Here we have onions. One lonely random potato. So next to the onions we've got actually an abundance of potatoes coming up through. You can see they're doing very well. Then we have garlic, and I've also just replanted in between the garlic some rows of parsnips. And then this is my little wildflower area where I grow some wildflowers that I can pick for my guest's bedroom or throughout the cottage. We've got a raspberry bush just here, another random potato. I did try growing potatoes here last year, but it didn't do as well as the dirt, so I've gone back to the dirt. Down this end of the vegetable patch we've got the compost heaps, and where we burn some of the rubbish that falls off of the trees, some of the twigs and things. And then going back up towards the cottage, on this side we've got a fig tree, we have a truffle tree, so I have about 2 more years before I can actually start digging for truffles here. Then we have a blueberry bush, that's the one just in there entwined with the truffle tree. I hope my blueberries don't taste of truffles. Then we've got lots of different types of raspberries here as well. So I think we've got some white and some red, and also some white currants. Now this is my currant trees. These are black and red currants here, and they do absolutely fantastically every year. So very excited about those coming through. And then we've got our asparagus. You can see the asparagus is now starting to shoot through. Very, very exciting. And we've got some French beans. These are climbing French beans, and we have planted lots and lots of different coloured dwarf French beans in that patch that I showed you earlier. And then I've got one patch here. It's not the sunniest of patches apart from this part of the morning, but it is a good patch that I can use for herbs and things like that, so I need to get on and fill that up. And then in here we have some Jerusalem artichokes. Okay, so we're going to go back up through the garden now, back up to the cottage. Just close the gate behind me. Okay, so we've got this patch on the left hand side. I like to call it my copse because there's a couple of little trees there, but we've replanted lots and lots of new things, and I've got this beautiful rose tree that's going to be climbing up over the next couple of years above those 2 hedges, so you can see it from the cottage. It'll be gorgeous. Some other wonderful plants that are really going to thrive throughout this summer. So in the corner here, now you might be wondering what this sort of contraption is that let's zoom out a little bit. You might be wondering what this contraption is that I have going on here. This is my sweet pea frame. So around the outside, I'll give you a little show and tell. Around the, see me carrying my rake. you can see that I've planted the sweet peas around the outside. I did do one round and they all got eaten by birds. So now we have placed netting on top. But also in the corners here, I have 2 apple trees. My father-in-law actually grew from pips, from apples. Just regular apples. So we're sort of testing how these are going to sort of turn out. They seem to be doing quite well at the moment. I need to get a new pot for that one in the corner. Okay, let's move up here. Look at the stunning colour. Look at the colour of the absolutely stunning Acer. Wow. Okay, so we've got some beautiful plants there. There's my 3 box hedges, which I lovingly clipped into shape myself. And under the tree, what do we have? We've got our very own bluebells under this tree, which I'm very excited about. Another Acer. There's my bluebells. Look at those. They're loving it there. Loving life. Oh, there's the peacock. Having fun. And we've got our swing and, of course, our hook game that came all the way from the British Virgin Islands when we worked there. So as you can see, everything looking absolutely stunning. Let's move up this way through the tree. Lots of border plants. Now, just to let you know, this gravel patch was meant to be an extension of the patio. However, because we had such a wet April, it was impossible for the gardener or the landscaper to come and actually extend it. So we've had to hold off because our guests are coming today, and so we will be getting that extended. So we've just filled in the patch where we moved this border forwards with gravel at the moment, and we will be extending it fully all the way along in the near future, and that'll give sitting outside much more space, as you can see, because we do have lots of alfresco dining throughout the summer. Believe it or not, here in England it does not rain, apart from in the winter, as much as you might think. So again, lots and lots of beautiful plants. These hydrangeas are just magnificent, and they're doing so well. And then behind here, this is my new blossom, which is doing very well. But behind here are all of my lilies. Now, I've just collected them here in the corner at the moment. I'm going to be placing them out as the month moves on. We've got some foxgloves there as well, which are going to come up throughout the summer. We're also going to be taking away these rose bushes that are meant to have thrived and covered up these trellises, but unfortunately they're not doing so well there. So we're going to actually place a couple more of these beautiful climbers. I don't know the name of them, I'm afraid, but in any case it will look gorgeous having that all along the fence. So that's to be done. Got a peony coming up here. He's going to be gorgeous. I just love these little, sorry you can't see because of my shadow, but I do just love these little daisies. They're so gorgeous. Again, my magnificently clipped box trees. And let's take a look round at, let me just pop this rake down. I'm going to put that away later. Let's pop it there. Another beautiful blossom. We really are back round to the back of the house now. This is a plum tree, not a cherry tree. And this is our beautiful courtyard area. Now, this area is so beautiful because it's so secluded. It's like a sun trap. So when it's sort of, you know, in the teens out there, down the garden, here, it's in the 20s. It is just magnificent. You can sit here, soak up the sun. Beautiful. And I have this gorgeous arrangement in the centre of the table here to brighten this area up, because at the moment we haven't potted up all these pots. We're going to be doing that through the month of May. So if you're coming later than May or in May, you will see those pots all potted up. And then there's a beautiful little tree just next to the back door there. Lots going on. Let's just take another look down through the garden, and I think you can agree with me, it is absolutely fantastic. Things are looking stunning. And of course we've got this sitting area here, which is what we call our bistro set. We've got my herb garden, another little seating area, more herbs just behind there. I mean, you can't have enough herbs, can you? Especially when you're a chef. I feel very proud of my herb garden. This is my strawberries. Look at these. They're going to go so well this year. I did add them on in a tiered sort of situation at the back here, which is why I have a patch without any grass on, which I've put my rhubarb, which wasn't doing so well down the bottom of the garden. I don't think it was getting enough sun, so I'm hoping it'll do better here. And also some wildflowers. I've sprinkled wildflower seed in here. And of course, the flamingo is just sitting here, just soaking up the sun as well. So that's the tomatoes. I've got more tomatoes in the sink. And let's just go round and have a quick look then at, oh, there's all the wellies. Everything's ready for lunch, as you can see. When the guests arrive, looking beautiful in there. I'll do a separate tour of the inside of the cottage, which you can catch on YouTube and see how the cottage is looking at the moment. I've got more currants there, which I took off of the currants down at the vegetable patch, and more. Oh, there's one lily that I potted into that pot, but that's mainly herbs along the back. And look at these gorgeous window boxes. And then round here we have another abundance of vegetables, which I'm actually going to put around in the courtyard to grow this year. So out of interest, we've got a little pot of wildflowers. I love to cut my wildflowers. Jerusalem artichokes in there. They, thankfully, have not been eaten by anything. We have got some red peppers, which I'm not seeing any sign of at the moment. We've also got some more currants, because I do love my currants. We've got carrots coming through, yay! We've got some sugar snap peas. Under here, we've got some Romanesco. And we've got some potatoes, some more potatoes, some more strawberries. And then I'll just let you have a little look inside my polytunnel. And there is a lot. Wow, it's warm in here, which is great. Everything loves it when it's this warm. So I've got some more sweet peas here, which I'm growing just in case anything happens to my sweet peas outside. Lots of tomatoes coming up. So we're going to have some lovely tomato plants, and I've got to put a tomato tent to put up. And look at my lime tree. I've got lots and lots of potential limes coming on here with all these flowers. Oh, there's one baby lime. There's a couple of limes already on there ready to be eaten by my lovely guests. We've got cucumbers, peppers, we've got daisies that I've planted, romaine lettuces. This is rocket, or you guys call it arugula. We've got little gems, and this is artichokes that I'm going to plant out when they come through. This is all my dahlias ready to go in for the summer, and we've got some more French beans popping up there. That one hasn't actually popped up to anything yet, so fingers crossed for that one. I always find some you win, some you lose. I think I've got some celery in here, but I forgot to mark it. It has been a rush the last couple of days, guys. I tell you, when we are at the last minutes of getting ready for our guests, we are all go, go, go. And yeah, things get forgotten. And this is just like my potting table, and just a place to put out the plants that are getting used to being outside. Let's just take you around the front to have a look at the front. And here we are around the front. So we're actually doing some work on this grass. You can see there's some seed down. We've laid some more really rich compost to get that... not compost, sorry, earth to get that grass growing. Out here, all the roses are coming on well, looking absolutely healthy and lovely. Here's the roses and the hydrangeas at the front. And the box hedge needs a little cut, but we want it to really have a go at growing a little bit more before we cut it back. But that's doing very well, as you can see. We've got the front of the cottage. I've got these new box trees, pointy ones this year, I had round ones last year, and some lovely baskets and the window boxes. And as you can see, the cottage is just looking gorgeous. I'm going to go out onto the road and give you a view on this beautiful day of how wonderful it is and how quiet it is. And you can probably hear the birds singing. And there you go, there's the beautiful cottage from the front. And I'm going to take you in now back to the back of the cottage so you can just see everything as I walk through. There's the well. The well is a working well. If you didn't know, it is how we feed all, well, I'd say 90% of our plants and veggies in the garden. It's connected all the way down through a pump system to the vegetable patch, and that was done by yours truly, Nathan Curtin. Yours truly, not me, but yours truly, Nathan Curtin, who is of course my husband and your other host. So there we have it, guys. Look at that. Look how stunning it is here. We can't wait to see you here this summer. We're very excited to get the season started, and we are so grateful for everybody who has believed in us and decided to take the opportunity to come and experience the real true England here at Well Cottage. Thank you so much. See you soon.